Hey, and welcome back to Talk About Scary. I'm Adam, and this is
Shelina.
So, thanks for watching, guys. How was your day? We did some shooting today already.
Yes.
What did we do today? We did a cultural discovery.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
Season 2.
season 2 is coming out soon, guys. If you don't know, we also here in the studio shoot cultural discovery, which is Shelina's show where she how do you say it?
Explore cultures through food and build confidence in the kitchen.
All right. That's good. I like it. So that's what she does. And we shoot that. And there's cameras all around. And this is the camera we're using for this one. We're double dipping today. We're double dipping as we're trying to get more content out. We've had a lot of people ask us for more content. We're not giving you guys enough. We did take about a month and a half off for the holidays. And I guess that was frowned upon. I guess people didn't like it as much as we thought they would. They wanted more and we didn't give it to them. Sorry, guys. Wait. That was good. Hope you guys caught that in the mic. And in the spirit of double dipping, we're doing a couple different specials based on an episode we did a very long time ago, way before you were in the mix, way back in your 20s. Clay.
It's way back in the aughts.
In the aughts.
And the naughties.
Yes.
That's what it's called now.
Yep. Clay, also, you guys remember Clay, also short for Claymation, which is his real name. Yeah, we did an episode about St. Augustine in the St. Augustine Lighthouse. Very comical. If you guys haven't seen that, it's way out in the annals of our old episodes, so give that a shot. It was hilarious the way these kids died, and they haunt the lighthouse now. So couldn't stop laughing the whole episode. Hope you find it as funny as I did. But we're going back to St. Augustine. And not only are we going back to St. Augustine for that reason, but Shelina and I are going to do a bit of dark tourism. That's right. So you have some episodes about our dark tourism, going to different places, seeing different things. And in the spirit of doing that, we want to get you guys hyped up for us going back to Florida.
Miami. We've got style.
Not that kind of Florida. We're going to the other part of Florida. St. Augustine's up north, and they don't have style. They don't have style.
Oh.
Sorry, guys. St. Augustine was one of my favorite places to go as a kid. I grew up mostly in New England, and then for part of my youth, I grew up in Florida. So in Florida, we go on a field trip every year to St. Augustine, and we go and see like the old jailhouse and things like that. And it was fascinating to me. And one of the reasons why they always sent us is because people will disagree, but this is a fact. It is the oldest European continuously occupied settlement in the U.S. So I think in the New World, actually. And it was established back in 1656. So that's like 450 some odd years old. Pretty awesome.
That's old.
It is old. And it's one of my favorite places in the world to go. Pardon me. So we're talking about that today. And in particular, we're talking about the first place I want to see when we go to St. Augustine. Don't know if we're going to do them all. So I'm just going to list them out here, see what we can do. This one's called Casa De La Paz. Ooh. It was a turn of the century bed and breakfast. Not this last century. It was a turn of the century this century before. The early 1900s, turn of the century, not the early 2000s, which would not be century. Yep, instead of the 21st, definitely. But yeah, so this was a bed and breakfast, and it saw its share of all sorts of macabre stuff. Lots of deaths, lots of mishaps going on there. It wasn't like your typical Airbnb today where they just stick cameras in the vents to watch what you're doing. No, this is different. They were doing bad stuff. They do that in Airbnbs, right? They watch you for their freak off parties later.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Or like The Voyeur.
That's right.
That's a wild documentary if you haven't seen it.
See it. Well, that's another episode we'll have to talk about. Okay. So, turn of the century Airbnb. Huge cleaning fee. You got to pay that cleaning fee up front. You're going to get screwed on the cleaning fee. Enjoy it. This place is known for having lots and lots of ghosts moaning and the cigar smoke and all that garbage. However, there's one very well-known ghost. Huh? Her name is Miss Mabel.
Miss Mabel.
Miss Mabel. We have a vacuum named Miss Mary.
Yes.
Miss Mary. She's a robot. Not AI though. She can't find her way out of a wet paper sack.
That's true. We do always have to put her back on the charging stand.
There you go, Miss Mary. Great job. That's what you get for ordering from Temu. Is it Temu?
It's not, but go on.
Is it Temu or is it Okay. Anyway, so what is it?
Amazon is where Miss Mary is birthed.
But what is the name of that company?
Oh, Temu.
Temu. Well, those tariffs, I can't afford those tariffs. I guess I'm not ordering from Temu anymore. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to it. So this is how she died. I'm gonna get straight to the nitty gritty. Tell you how Miss Mabel died. Her husband died previously, and she was mourning the death of her late husband. I guess some of these folks just lived in these bed and breakfasts and they stayed there for a while, because Clay and I have been to quite a few hotels, and there's always a story about some woman that was having an extended stay. I'm like, how common were extended stays back in the day? I gotta tell you, it was frequent.
Yeah.
These people just stayed in the hotel. They didn't leave. So she stayed there for a while, and she barricaded herself into what was known as the Queen Isabel room. She wouldn't come out, and the staff would hear moaning and crying and wailing. They left her alone. They thought she was going to be okay. She's getting over something. She's paid up. She's paid up. Let's let her do her thing.
Mind your business.
Yeah, she's got her food. She's got her stuff. Well, one day, months later, they didn't check on her for months. It got to be normal hearing her cry and being upset, and then they just didn't hear her anymore. I hope, by the way, when I die, that you cry for months like that. People have to come and knock on the door. Anyway, they open. I don't want to laugh at this one. They open up the door to find her emaciated corpse. Just all skinny, weight loss, a great weight loss plan. She is dead from starvation and probably dehydrated. She is just beef jerky in that room. Just jerky. She is Miss Mabel Jerky. Woo! All right. So, okay. So now guests have reported in this room, in the Queen Isabel room. What do you think they reported? What do you think? She hasn't seen my notes. I have old-timey notes today. There is no computer up with an Apple screen on it. It's just notes.
What's the question?
What do you think they see in the room? What do you think?
A ghost.
Just a ghost? I'll tell you what they see, because that's not it. You would think it was a ghost, but it's not a ghost. It's not a ghost. So some of the things that guests have reported witnessing are moving objects. Now, this is something that we don't hear in a lot of hotel stories. Hard to prove a moving object. Hard to prove. Like to go stay in this hotel sometime and see if we can get some moving objects. People have said, hey, I've watched something move across the frickin' table on its own. I've watched cups move. And their luggage. People have seen a shadow of a woman, just a shadow, nothing else, which is different than everything else. Oh, I've seen this wispy thing in an early 19th century garb floating around. No, it's nothing like that shit. This is real. It's just a shadow of what looks like it could be a human pushing their luggage out of the door.
Oh, well, that's rude. I was going to say, I mean, if she bellhops it, if she brought it up.
It'd be nice.
That'd be fine. But you're kicking it out.
Kicking them out. Kicking them out of the room.
Maybe, are they checking out and she's helping them?
Get out. And very often people will hear a woman's voice asking, when are you leaving?
I mean,
when I die, that's what's going to happen. If you come stay in a place that I stay, if I'm haunting and I'm like, I don't like people coming in the house, I'm like, y'all leaving. You taking off now? Come on, get out. What do you think of that, though? What do you think?
I mean, yeah, I'd be interested to see that. Especially since it's a shadow.
Mm-hmm. Shadow people, huh? Mm-hmm. Shadow people. Not
Maybe
to be confused.
Like a shadow puppet.
Ooh, it'd be nice. Wait. Pushing. This is
like the little finger, the finger dancers.
Ooh, just moving.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Not to be confused with sleep paralysis and the phenomenon of the shadow people. Now available on Amazon Prime. Watch it. It was, one of my first documentaries I ever made. You guys should watch it. I worked really hard on that documentary.
Very hard.
And I won awards for it. It's an award-winning documentary that you haven't seen. It's the best documentary you're not watching.
And I didn't print a certificate at home. It's an actual award.
I've won awards, guys. Believe it or not, this garbage you're watching here has won awards. Anyway, yeah, shadow person, pushing this shit out. I'd like to go see this because none of the stuff they list is any of the stuff that Clay and I have heard from other haunted hotels. We've stayed at a lot of them. I mean, you and I are going to go stay at the Clown Motel probably when we get back. And that one's in Nevada. But for now, like this, several people have said they've seen these things happen. It's been documented by several people. Our shit gets moved around the room. I've seen something move. Someone's pushing our luggage out of the door or trying to push it out of the door. That's pretty good.
Get stuck on the threshold.
She's weak. She's emaciated.
Yeah, she's just a shadow.
She's just Miss Maybell shadow jerky. So it's like she's trying to push it out. Anyway, I think that's a really interesting one. We have a little bit more time, so I'm going to hit you with one more.
Do it.
This is a twofer. You thought we were only giving you one today. We're giving you two. So we did the Casa De La Paz, which is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. This one's rougher.
Oh, gosh.
Has to do with incarceration. So all of our friends that are doing bad shit, trigger warning. If you've been in jail a few times, trigger warning. It's called the Old Jail. As a kid, we saw it a lot, but we can only see it from the outside. We were never allowed to walk inside for whatever reason. Maybe the school didn't get permission for that. But anyway, I've seen it as a child. Like a 12-year-old child. That's still a child. This thing opened in 1891. And it was a foul place. And only the worst type of people they would house there or they incarcerate there. So it wasn't like for jaywalking or whatever they did back then.
Murderers.
Yeah, they didn't do what was it, lollygagging back then? Playing kick the can, yeah, loitering. This is for the bad guys. So, but prisoners died all the time. It was like a revolving door. They died of illness, execution, obviously, and a bunch of accidental means. The guards there were very, very brutal, and a lot of people died as a result of their abuse. It was a revolving door. They had one of the highest turnover rates of any prison in history. Crazy, right? Oh, in American history. We're very geocentric here. I'm aware that other countries have much worse prisons. We're talking about these ones. So they killed so many prisoners, they built their own crematorium to cremate them.
That's efficient.
That's a one-stop shop right there, kids. I mean, yeah, provided they were really bad guys, but geez, come on, don't just kill people all willy-nilly. So I'll get to the haunted stuff now, because that's just the scary stuff, because we were talking about scary. That stuff's scary. People have reported seeing, you want to guess what they reported? Seeing?
Ghosts.
No. Isn't that funny? You would think they would say, I saw ghosts. But they didn't say that. What they did see is they would see these crimson blood, like looking
roll
stains. Tide? Yeah, the crimson roll tide. Yeah. Oh. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, but crimson like spots, like dried blood spots, just appear in the ground and they would disappear. Someone should take a picture of it. I have not seen a picture. I did look. Still scary. Maybe they looked at the lights and, sometimes you look at like a bright light and you get the little red spots or green spots. Maybe it was that. I don't know. When you're afraid, you see a lot of stuff that's not there. But they say they see that, which is neat compared to the normal flavors of, I saw ghosts. They hear a lot of moans coming from corridors, things like that, jail cells that no one are in. Doors slamming on their own, pretty great. St. Augustine's not a real windy place.
Wow.
So, and those are heavy doors, So that's pretty cool. They also say that they feel cold spots, which, okay.
I mean, it's a jail.
It's a jail. And cold spots in Florida, though, even St. Augustine's like one of the colder places. It's hot. It's muggy there. But yeah, I mean, sure. Great. Cold spots.
I'm going to step back to the doors because the only visual I have is a prison, grated door. And I'm like, if you think about a ghost.
Yeah.
Right?
Be harsh. Be harsh.
The winds can't, sorry.
Mm-mm. I just don't think there's a lot of wind there. I mean, it is on the ocean, but you just don't feel a lot of wind. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, it is on the ocean, though. It is on, by the way, it's on the ocean. Should have told you that. It's right on the coast. It's beautiful. Go see St. Augustine. Also, many tourists that have come to visit have left with bruises on their body.
Oh, no.
I wanted to lay that one on you real
I'm
quick.
out.
I'm going to see it. This is one of the ones we're going to see. I'm going to the jail.
Okay, I guess
And
we're
you
going to
ghosts
jail.
better touch me hard. I want some bruising, at least on my ass. Better slap it hard. Give me the rough stuff.
He bruises like a peach, so
I
won't
do.
take much.
I never used to.
Shadow of Miss Mabel.
Ah, weak. I'm so weak. Miss Mabel hit me. And the last part, which is actually true, everybody in the 80s said that everything was built like.
Was the rest of this not true?
Well, this part is true for sure. This is verified. This was built on an ancient Indian burial ground. They said that in everything. Little poltergeist throwback too. They said that in everything. It actually was a burial ground that it was built upon for the natives of that area, which were I'm going to say this wrong. Timucua Indians. So I hope I said that right. But yeah, so it was built for them, and often at that time, especially in the 16, 17, 1800s, Europeans would come in like, oh, there's a bunch of dead people there. They wouldn't even move them. They would just build stuff on top of that good land. Like, that's not swampland. We're taking it over and building stuff on it. And they would just desecrate.
You know what that is?
What is that?
Colonization.
Ooh. Colonizers. They definitely did. So people often say that this area is cursed. That jail was cursed from the beginning, and it gave people a lot of negative feelings. People that go to the jail will say that they feel really angry sometimes and very like argumentative, and they think that maybe it's just the residual impact of these spirits that were wronged and their ancestors, and just kind of invoking a sort of kind of negative energy that creates this spirit in the place. So I would like to go there. And that's a 2-4 for you today, guys. So if you happen to be down in St. Augustine and you want to go check out Casa De La Paz, tell them that Adam and Shelina sent you from Talk About Scary. You'll get that Talk About Scary discount. It's a really good discount. So let them know that Talk About Scary sent you. And maybe they'll even waive any of the resort fees that are in the old jail. If you want to go to the old jail, again, let them know. I don't think they're going to give you a discount for that. Maybe just tell them we sent you.
Only if you're bruised.
Only if you're
you have to
bruised,
show your
battered and
bruise.
bruised.
Yes.
While you're there. So just
And it sounds like if there is an argument you've been waiting to have, you can blame your negative feelings and argumentativeness on those energies.
yeah.
So start it there.
Guys, we want to thank you for stopping by today and seeing us. Thank you so much for all the wonderful things you guys have done with the community, the positive reinforcement you've given us. It shows us that you like the show, and we'd love to give it to you. So if you have any comments, you want us to go see a place while we're in St. Augustine or somewhere else in Florida, let us know pretty soon, because we're going soon. Yeah, just let us know in the comments. And please, what are you supposed to like and subscribe, right? Like and subscribe, and hit the bell notification if you want to, and that way you can, have something to talk about with your friends and family over dinner, besides politics. Unless you want to talk about politics, that could be a whole new Talk About Scary episode. And we always say something at the end of the episode. I forget what it is. Do you remember what it is?
Creep it real.
Creep it real. I thought you were going to do the song.
Yeah.
No? She's wearing the Florida shirt. She's wearing the Golden Girls shirt today. I can't believe I'm going to sing the song. Thank you for being a friend. Ba, 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 ba. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. Hit it.
If you threw a party and invited everyone you knew, you would see that the biggest gift is from me. And the card would say,
Thank you for being a friend. It's already faded. It was faded like.